How to create an awe moment. In this talk, we will go over the 3 steps on how to enter your awe moments. This I feel is how we as a human species can see our way out of conflict and into a creative peace-driven state of mind that we have all dreamed about. The state of mind our religious leaders have all preached about and predicted to come to pass. 2 professors have written books about this wonderful life-giving state of mind, and I hope to interview them in the future, but let's go by what I and you know as how to enter your awe state of mind. Your guide to ascension and your higher self-access. To be in the most supreme mind state called awe is the result of a process of posing a question, observing of the facts of the question at hand, then wondering what the answer is, which is the force that lets its discovery birth your awe experience. Let's take a closer look at those 3 parts. First step is to have a question in mind. This creates a contractive force within. As you ask your question, go over all the facts you know about the subject. This defines the landscape or territory of the subject. To use Kathy's awe moment in my intro talk, she asked her cat, "How did you get so beautiful?" This simple question causes her mind to go within and search for an answer. The second step occurs as her mind quickly reviews all the beautiful observations she has ever made of beautiful cats that she has seen in her life. This review leads to a gentle exhaustion in mere seconds, resulting in the surrendering conclusion that there are none more beautiful cats she has ever known, in part due to the fact that she is looking at her most beautiful cat at that very moment. Those 2 steps are the most important to perform. Now her energy is not contractive or even expansive, but an all-consuming merging with all life as it pertains with her loving her cat. She is in awe. And who has not felt this to some degree? This, in a nutshell, is how getting into your awe state of mind can happen to you anytime you want. You only need to set up the time you want it and clear your mind to get it. For many years I was unaware of this feature of the Trinity balance in life, but it is by far the best as it unifies everything. This is the power derived from the act of unifying the opposite nature of things you study. This is the key that will unlock the superpower of humanity. Notice how it always begins with a contractive force contained within a question. And who does not know that to gain wisdom begins with pain, a contractive force that eventually leads to expansion, and when you surrender to those forces you get your awe moment. This then becomes your learned wisdom after you absorb all the wonderful feelings this energy movement creates. Imagine a world where everyone did this and then followed the learned wisdom acquired. This is my aim, and I hope it is yours as well. There are blockages to humanity doing this, so I will make my next report on how to release some of these blockages, because with restricted energy flow in anyone leads to death, and that is not at all what we seek. We as a species seek to blend or merge with the flow of life in its best form. Let's make that a goal, okay? When you see animals or people touching, being kind and what we know as loving, you know you are in the best flow of life. This is what we need to surrender to, not what greed acquires, or hoarding, or anything that cuts one off from the free like the wind flowing energy that is all around us. So do this, take a look at those 3 steps and see if you can produce an awe moment and tell us about it below. Or post one you have already had, like and subscribe, so that we can grow this life-giving moment of awe to others who are ready for the best joys life has to offer. Briefly restated, the 3 steps are: 1. Ask a question, as in, search for the answer in your mind or elsewhere. 2. Then surrender to your conclusion as the right answer. 3. Enjoy your awe moment. Let it fill you up with love. If the answer is correct, you will merge with life and it will feel good to you and others. Feeling this is how this process is self-correcting and does not lead to self-delusional awe moments, which could far too easily be the case. This last statement is an example of how self-correction guidelines of the Trinity balance works. You always study the opposite of any so-called statement of fact. This is why this image has the reverse Trinity balance as you move inward to you, the all-seeing eye within. If it is true, it will agree with life and not block it, and it will feel good. This is how we know something is true. And more, this self-checking process can also lead to awe as you complete the process. It just takes a bit more back and forth thinking to get there. So, enjoy your awe moments, may you have as many of them as you desire. Just do not think it takes no effort, it does, so let the workings of studying both sides of an issue lead you to awe.